Hey, what's happening? Before we jump into the show, I wanted to see if you had any music on a hard drive. You have a band, you have a project, and you want to self-release your own music. Well, there's an easy way to do it. You can go to distrokid.com/VIP/hyphenate and go get your music up on all the streamers. You keep 100% of your royalties, and you can get 30% off by using this code. It's a great, easy way to get your music up on the streamers and share it with your fans, your friends, your family, your mom, your dog, everybody. Everyone wants to hear it. But go to distrokid.com/VIP/hyphenate, HYPHENATE, and send me the link. I want to hear it too. Send your mom the link. Send your dog the link. They all want to hear it too. What's happening? Thank you so much for tuning into Hyphenate Halftime for Monday, February 9th, February 10th.
February 10th.
February 10th. I'm joined here with my ever-ready co-host, Mr. Aaron Farley. How you doing, Aaron Farley?
I'm good. There's a mini-me next to you. I think he needs an introduction as well.
I would like to introduce my our very special guest on today's Hyphenate Halftime, my son, Mr. Ryder Randall. How you doing today, bud?
Hello, everybody. How you doing? Hey, guys.
Yeah, man. Thanks for coming on. I know we've been talking a lot about video games, and I just had a month-long theme. I had 5 people in a row that worked in the video game industry. And,
that's cool.
And you and I talked a little bit about that. What's your experience with video games?
I mean, as an average 11-year-old, video games are like my sweet spot, I think. Yeah.
What kind of video games do you play?
Like the usual Fortnite. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that. Pretty much
we get some Smash Bros going, some Mario Kart.
Yeah. I wish I beat my brother easily at.
Well, that's what little brothers are for.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
To beat them at video games.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I was a little brother for a lot of years. I got beaten at every game I ever played. Yeah. So it was fun. Yeah. So so Ride, if you could design a video game, what would you design?
That's a good question.
Thank you. This is my job. I know what I'm doing. I appreciate that.
That's a great question. I think, I actually have a story about a video game. I feel like it would be a video game where it's kind of like one of those old video games. I can't remember. It's like Asteroids. But instead, you'd be like a lemon and you'd be blasting watermelons. And yes, I am if you were listening to this, I think you were talking about like this. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, if someone was watching this, I think. I can't remember your name, but you had that idea, so I'm just stealing it right now. So if you can hear it, I stole it. I stole that idea.
The smashing watermelons?
Yeah.
It's like Gallagher. The comedian Gallagher. Maybe you could have you could have like a sledgehammer and you could be throwing sledgehammers at watermelons.
Yeah, that's practically the idea.
Or you could be smashing pumpkins.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I want to get you for that.
There's a band called Smashing Pumpkins. Well, now Billy Corgan has his own podcast. So now that he's entered the podcast space, maybe we can enter into the band named space.
The band / video game. We need to get some internet beef going with Billy Corgan.
I think we already did. I think on that David Pajo interview, I talked lots of smack.
Yeah.
Maybe we could see if we can get him on here.
We're on our way.
Yeah. Maybe he could pretend to be my brother, my long lost brother, like he did with Bill Burr.
Bill Burr.
Yeah.
Is that real?
No,
I feel like
it's not real at all.
It's not real at all.
No, it's like wrestling. It's all like
that's
fake,
funny.
kayfabe.
That's funny because I thought that was from some internet show brought him on.
From Howie Mandel's podcast.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's always important to check your sources. If this happened on Howie Mandel's podcast, then.
I know, but then I saw that Bill Burr was then mad at Howie Mandel for bringing him on there.
You don't know what? Yeah, this is beyond our 11-year-old.
Wait, I did have a Ryder. What was your what was the video game that you started with, and then go through the transition of video games until you got up to Fortnite? Like your favorite video game?
I think definitely it would start at like Minecraft.
Okay.
I think Minecraft was like, I think for all kids, I feel like that was like literally the building blocks, no pun intended. Yeah, I think, but then I graduated to and then I realized all the cool retro video games. So then I started ruling at Fix It Felix Jr. since I realized that there was an easy cheat code that I found out.
Yeah, we would go to this place called the Neon Retro Arcade in Pasadena where they have the old 80s video games.
Yeah.
And Fix It Felix is from the Wreck-It Ralph video game. He's the character that fixes the buildings that Wreck-It Ralph.
Oh, rad.
Yeah.
So it was this kind of meta moment of playing a new video game that was designed like an 80s video game. But Ryder got really good at it. He knew a cheat code on how to beat the whole game.
That's amazing.
Right? Is that more or less? I was trying to give some context.
Yeah, that's pretty much. Okay. That's pretty much.
For people that are unfamiliar with the Fix It Felix arcade game.
Yeah, and then I realized that there's a lot of my friends were talking about Fortnite, just all around. And I was I was interested. Then I asked my dad, obviously. Yeah,
well, we had a little bit of a delay on the Fortnite. We weren't first to Fortnite. It felt a little bit violent with the guns and the shooting and the stuff. We kind of wanted to make sure you were a little bit more mature.
Yeah, but then I matured, and then I got it, and then that's pretty much how I started.
Now you're just blasting people left and right. Yeah. Just like our son too. Same thing. We had a little delay on Fortnite, and then I saw the dances, and I was like, oh, this can't be so bad.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite dance on Fortnite? Or what's your character?
Oh, my go-to avatar.
Mm-hmm.
I think definitely this new season is great. I think I'm mainly rocking the Battle Pass skins. I think it's definitely Diego from the Forge mask. The person that forged all the masks. I think if anyone's listening out there that knows that, you probably can correct me.
I know very little about video games, and I talk a lot about them on this podcast, Ryder. So. It's okay. We're allowed to make mistakes. That's what people can write us in at hyphenatehalftime@gmail.com and let us know if we got it right or if we got it wrong.
Okay.
Is there a Shrek skin on Fortnite?
I wish. Okay, that goes out to Fortnite. I feel like Fortnite's steal that.
Well, I feel like I walked in. Maybe it wasn't Shrek. There was some character that was a complete. Oh, I don't remember. Every once in a while I walk in and they're playing there's some crazy cartoon from the 90s or something that is a skin for the week or the month or something. I think it's what was it? What do you think?
Maybe it was from maybe a Rick and Morty skin?
Yes, it was Rick and Morty. Yes, exactly.
So there we go.
Did they have a whole month that was Rick and Morty month, or can you still get those skins?
Yeah, you can definitely still get those skins. It's actually in the shop right now, Mecha Morty. Since there's a whole rule in Fortnite that everything has to be specific. So since Morty's too short,
okay,
they made him in a suit, so that's how they got Mecha Morty.
Could you become Pickle Rick?
Yeah, not become, but he's a back bling.
Oh, okay, good. That makes more sense.
Okay, oof.
Pickle Rick.
Yeah.
Yeah, but just for the record, you have not seen Rick and Morty.
Yes, I have not.
Okay. Before Child Protective Services come out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to be at least, I think, 15, maybe 16 for Rick and Morty, right? Is that?
I think so.
You have older children, Aaron. Have they watched Rick and Morty?
They don't really watch cartoons, or they don't. I don't know. I mean, you know what? I'm going to be honest. They probably do. No, they probably do.
You just.
Our daughter's 16. She's she shows me music, and I'm like, yeah, I remember listening to music at 16 that my parents probably shouldn't have listened to or didn't.
I don't need to hear those words.
Yeah, I just fast forward. She'll be like, "No, this is a great song," and I'm like, "Not when you're sitting next to your dad. Let's forward this to the next song."
Yeah, we're pretty good. I know. Yeah. I was going to give a shout out too to Hugh Loverick. I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly. He's from England. He wrote us on the Hyphenatehalftime at Gmail.
Oh, amazing!
And he has a band called Scared Little Toaster. They're from London. They're experimental noise rock, punk bass, drums duo. And
amazing.
He listened to the Brian Gibson interview a while back, and so he shared some music. I figured we probably could close out the show with it. Now maybe that'll be part of our halftime outros.
Oh,
I don't know if you listened to the last halftime where I put on Godspeed You Black Emperor. It was the thing. It's okay.
I've only listened to
it's a
two
secret
of them.
Easter egg at the end. I know.
And also, by the way, that's a great name. I don't think anyone in my school could think of that.
What name?
That Scared Little Toaster.
Scared Little Toaster. Oh, you like the name? Okay,
yeah,
good.
That's a pretty dang good name.
Yeah, we heard it here, man. If the kids like it must be good.
If you want to send in some more band names, so Ryder can tell you if they're good or not, and then maybe you could rate the band name. Band name rating.
If more people write in, we could get writers take on the band names. You could do writers reviews of band names.
We call him Right Into Ryder.
Right Into Ryder. There we go.
Funny.
Yeah, you can send us your band name, send us your band links. Hyphenatehalftime@gmail.com. Oh my gosh, that's a mouthful. Yeah. But we'll do writers reviews. What would you call it? Right Into Ryder.
Right Into Ryder.
Yeah. Yeah, Hugh and Sunny from Scared Little Toaster sent in some links to some songs. They have a new song out called VIBRA. It's out February 7th, so it's out now. It's on SoundCloud. I got links. I can put them in the show notes. Nice. But yeah, we want to hear from people. If you're listening to this and you got a band or you got a list of band names, we have a pretty good list of band names going, right?
Yeah.
What were some of them? Do you remember?
No, not at all.
Do you remember Trombart?
Oh yeah, Trombart.
That was going. That's the
trombone. That's a good one.
Made up.
That's like Bart playing the trombone instead of Lisa playing the saxophone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, what was it? Oh, Slime Gun. You said that was a good one this morning.
Yeah.
I keep a little notes app in my phone for just good band names.
For no reason.
For no reason. No, but hey, I play in bands.
Hey, there's a reason.
I got to make up names.
You never know.
A list of.
You also got to you just have to keep your brain fresh for that kind of thing too. Yeah,
you got to have.
Always thinking of band names.
Oh, but it doesn't count unless you write it down, because then you'll think later, like, what was that? And you wouldn't remember it.
Exactly.
Come on. Yeah, Uncle Dean and I have looked at a lot of bad, dumb band names and come up with lots of. It'll inspire a song name, or it'll inspire something else, even if you don't use that one. Like, well, you could fix it if you did this, this, and this. You never.
I feel like we have a podcast that's inspired by, like, kind of one dumb idea right at the beginning, and then we talk about it for an hour.
That's usually how it goes. Yeah, a lot of the world. This is from a band with a record called "Snares Like a Haircut."
Yeah, this is true.
Language is to be played with. I think you can definitely write something dumb down. It hits your brain in a funny way later. Cool. All right. Well, what else? What is there a video game you're looking forward to? Video game news?
No.
What's the latest?
Yeah.
Have you played the new Spider-Man?
No. I have.
Is that a PlayStation one?
Yeah.
PlayStation. Yeah.
Okay. I only play on Nintendo. I have no idea what that is.
We got Switch. We're Switch platformed for now. Maybe
we started on Switch too. I never had video games as a kid. We talked about this, but then now we have like these video game platforms. Like, oh no, you can't play that on this. We have this, and I was trying to sign into like the Epic Game Pass, and there's so many emails and there's so many things. So like if you're on Fortnite and then you have to get like your V-Bucks, but you're trying to transfer V-Bucks from one Fortnite account to the other Fortnite account.
I'm shaking my head in agreement. I've been there.
And you have to have
the realm of dads.
You have to have your two-factor authentication on the second account to transfer it from the first account. But the second account has a different email than the first account. But the first account's email is the only email that you have. And the second account's like you've tried your other like work emails and everything, and there's nothing, but somehow you're still in that account.
I'm pretending this makes sense right now.
Yeah. I'm with you.
We went through this. We went through this for an hour the other day, and I'm like, we're looking on YouTube, we're looking everywhere, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't even know how you're playing on this account, because I don't. It's none of mine or your mom's email addresses, and we don't have any more email addresses. I don't know. Yes. And then he's still playing on the account, and we're trying to, but we don't want to log out of the account. Because we won't be able to log back in because we don't know what the email address is. Lose all the money. Oh my god! Yeah. Yes. I spent more time than should be allowed by an adult trying to figure out a thing.
We spend a lot of time with this as well, and then I have to yell for Shan down the hallway. Hey, can you authenticate this?
Yeah.
I'm going to hit ask, and then it's going to go to your account, and then you're going to have to say yes to it.
Tell me what the key code is. It's just 6 numbers.
You're yelling across the hallway. Yeah.
Wait, I just deleted that email. It's probably in your spam. Hold on, check the spam.
Oh, wait. It's timed out. Hold on. I'm going to have to do the whole thing again. I have to start again.
30 seconds. Hold on. Here's another one. Mom went outside. Wait, what? Why'd she?
Does this sound familiar, Ryder?
Oh yeah.
You've done this. Yes.
So, like,
man.
that's most of parenting, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
Figuring out digital stuff.
Yeah, video game madness.
Yeah.
Yes.
How to log in, how to register. And you just want to play the video game, but we got to spend all our time
Yeah,
trying to figure out
that
how to
reminds
get
me
you.
from like Mitchell's versus the Machines, where the dad has like he's freaking
He's freaking out. Yeah.
Yeah, he's just freaking out.
Yeah.
Like,
Have you seen that cartoon, Mitchell's versus the Machines?
it's not a cartoon,
No.
it's a movie.
It's a movie. It's not a cartoon. It's an animated movie.
An
It's a good
animated
one.
movie.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen that one. should
It's
try
a
to-
must watch, I think.
Yeah,
Okay.
the family
Really fun.
defeats the apocalypse.
Yeah.
Like the AI becomes sentient and takes over the whole world. And the one family on a road trip who they're driving their daughter to college, her first semester of
Which
college.
she's really pissed off about.
And she's mad, yeah. And the dad's played by Danny McBride and the mom's Maya Rudolph. And they have
I
a
feel
little
like,
dog
wait,
that
I
looks
feel
a
like I
pug.
did see this.
This
Is this
was-
somewhat new?
No, well, yeah, the
No?
last 5 years, maybe 6 years,
Oh,
7
okay.
years. It's pretty
All
good.
right. It's
Dog-
on my
What
list.
is it?
Yeah, dog pig.
Dog pig.
Loaf of bread. System error.
Yeah. Oh, and what's the
It's a-
Maya hee? Maya.
I feel like I have seen this movie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look it up again.
Yeah, it's like on Netflix.
Okay.
It's a good one. Cool, man. All right. Well, thanks for
Yeah.
checking in. I appreciate it. We'll see you. We'll see you next time. We'll talk.
Yeah.
We'll talk more video games. We'll talk more. We'll get some reviews of band names.
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
See ya, everybody.
Cool. All right.
See you,
Thanks,
Ryder.
Awesome. All right. Now we get to talk about the Super Bowl. What everybody's
Yeah,
really
and
waiting
AI.
for. The AI at the Super Bowl. Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
I got an AI theory.
Oh yeah. What's that? I mean, good. All right.
We don't have to start with
now
it.
we
I
get
don't
into
want to get.
conspiracies.
I don't want to
Let's go.
get so dark right at the beginning anymore.
I
We
know.
gotta
Right?
dig. We gotta dig
take time.
ourselves out of the hole of darkness.
Oh,
The last half of every podcast.
Well, it can't really be that bad.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like he's going to erase all like the female presence, the female, existence of what is it, female astronauts from the NASA website. Oh,
Wait, did
God.
that really happen?
According to the headline I read, I really was too depressed to look at the whole story.
Oh my god!
There's part
If
of me
that
just
really
hopes-
happened,
the head of NASA, I think, is a woman, and he's removing any existence of her from the website. But the gist of the headline, I was just like, I can't right now. I got to go pick up the kids or do something.
you're like, my brain
We're
is
hopeful.
going to explode.
Just please tell me this is false
Yeah.
information.
Even if it is real, it's such trolling. It's like it's the ultimate troll of all time. Even if they're like, it's not gonna, we're never gonna get away with this, but they're like, there's just a list of dumb stuff that, like the worst stuff. Like I feel like they just got together and were like, okay, what's the 40 worst, biggest trolls that we could do that if we could get away with would troll, liberals or conservatives the most. And then they just started putting him in and they're like, you guys, no one's stopping us. Take all the women off the NASA website, see what they do. And then they're like, guys, nothing's happening. There's no one.
Somehow
Hey.
they have, yeah. Ugh.
Hey, Elon, do a Nazi salute.
No.
Wait, nothing happened. I mean, like some people talked about it, but
That's
Yeah.
horrifying.
And-
Anyway, like we said,
yeah.
not digging ourselves into the darkest hole right after
No,
having a
no.
11-year-old video
Yeah.
game report. Well,
Yeah.
let's try to keep it.
I mean, yeah.
Somewhat
Right into Ryder.
optimistic. Yeah. Hey.
Tell them your favorite conspiracy theories,
Yeah.
just like YouTube will in 2 years.
Oh no. Well, it's really the weather
Sorry.
laser. You know that weather laser they're running. The big bad weather.
Well, seriously, I've had towns a couple times been like, did you know there's people that believe that the Earth is flat? And I'm like, whoa.
He's telling
Wait.
you this.
Yeah,
Oh no.
he's like, he's like, it's so stupid.
Oh,
But I'm
thank
like,
God. Okay,
wait,
good.
wait, where did you get this? Where did you see this link though? He's like, I don't know. Someone was just talking about it. And I'm like, they're starting to like
There's two
throw the
dads
stuff
having
to
a
like
podcast.
13 to
every
14
Sunday
year
night.
olds.
Yeah.
I'm like, listen, you've heard me talk about enough crazy stuff.
I don't want
You
you.
don't need
get
the
your,
internet
Don't get your crazy stuff outside of the house. Keep
don't need
keep
the-
the crazy stuff in the house. Yeah.
indoors.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't need the internet to help
Oh Lord.
with any of my crazy theories.
Did you guys watch the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
What'd you think? Yeah.
Good. I think I'm an Eagles fan. You know what? I realized that. I mean, I know the whole Patrick Mahomes thing and the Chiefs are like unbeatable and all that stuff. So I do love a good like
Underdog.
story of the underdog, just like absolutely maybe playing, I guess, their best game, and then the other team also just probably playing their worst game, and then just looking at the score going,
out.
yeah. But because you watch like that last, the last quarter, all of a sudden he throws like 2 Hail Marys that just are touchdowns. You're like,
Why
I
couldn't
think
you
maybe
do that
he
at the beginning?
I was going to say, it was like they should have just tried this more. If they can just
Who
he
knew?
can just chuck the ball and he has the fastest receiver in the world that can just run under the ball. Well, you should probably do this. You should have done this a couple more times. Although he was getting sacked over and over again, which was pretty amazing.
Yeah. I don't know that much about football. I don't think I've watched a football game in 3 or 4 years. So we put it on today just to it was random.
You had some friends over?
We randomly had friends over for the kids, like the kids' friends, and then
nice.
And then we're gonna be like,
okay, like I heard there's this football game on. I was
like,
too.
oh yeah, like, let's just turn this into the makeshift Super Bowl party.
Bring some chips.
Really mean to have. Yeah, it was mostly for the kids to play video games together.
Yeah,
and I'm like, well, the adults can watch the Super Bowl.
Well, what I've realized is I really love watching one football game a year.
Is that it?
Yeah. It doesn't. Yeah, I mean, I can watch sports. I'm kind of like I grew up like playing sports and watching sports, so I can just sit down and watch a football game is fine. But this is like, oh yeah, no, this is a good time to just get into one game, like learn a little bit, like where the team's at. Okay, the Chiefs were 15-1. I don't even know where the Eagles were, and then you watch the Eagles just dominating and going.
Well, that wasn't expected.
The mayor of Philly right now is like, I'm really happy, but also my city's going to be burned down tomorrow. So how many cops do we need to put on the streets just to keep people from burning their own houses down because they're so excited and like tipping cars over, and their neighbors come out and like, Billy, why are you tipping my car over? Eagles, bro. EAGLES. Next car.
Yeah.
I've spent a little time. Philly fans are real
in Philadelphia.
Fans.
Yeah, it's a unique place.
A couple times. Yeah.
It's like a sentence. Like, yeah, all right. I've done time in Philadelphia. I know what it's like there.
It is its own. Its own ecosystem for sure.
Oh yeah,
100%.
Yeah, I remember there was the story they were throwing batteries at the other team. Like the Eagles fans were like bringing batteries in and chucking them at the other players.
You got to find the heaviest, the smallest thing. The battery's probably one of them.
That was the story I had heard. Yeah, but yeah, it was fun watching it. I think the kids kind of watched it. Yeah, I always find if there's ever a game on somewhere, if we're at a restaurant or doing something with the kids or go to get pizza, I'm always like, oh yeah, football. I know football. I played football as a kid.
Yeah.
I remember this game. And basketball, I always loved basketball. I mean, that was always the most fun game to watch. Like in that Hollywood or growing up, here in LA, we had like Magic and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and I remember that was a big deal. And then the Shaq Kobe years. I was in college. I was living in LA during those years. It was so much fun. Just like any bar you went into, everybody was just celebrating the whole time.
Always.
When there were fun games to watch, she was like, we always win. Look at this. You just go in to pick any bar any day during a basketball season. You're like, wow, hey, everyone's so happy here.
Yeah. LA is great. It's a great sports place. It was easy
to be a fan of those basketball eras.
Yeah. As long as you weren't a football fan in LA. I don't think LA
we didn't
football
have it
fans,
for a long time, right? It was
we had the Rams off and on, and
I remember as a kid,
whatever. I've only been
Raiders
here since 2000.
Yeah. In the 80s, I remember getting the so you could see the LA Rams, LA Raiders, and then by the 90s,
did we go away. Did we go years? Did LA go years with no football team?
Yeah, that was that was the big thing for a while.
There was no football here.
Now do we have 3? We have 2.
The 2 Rams and the Chargers, right?
Yeah,
the Chargers moved up to Anaheim, maybe. Is that right?
I don't know.
Yeah, sports guys just watch the Super Bowl, and we don't even know if
LA
has more than one football team.
It falls apart. Yeah, it was a pretty good game. Kendrick Lamar. It was fun to see Kendrick Lamar at the halftime show.
How good was that? It was so
great.
good.
Yeah,
I'm way into the beef. I'm way into the Kendrick Lamar.
Going? It feels
Drake
like
beef.
It feels like he won. Like
that was the end.
At this point, it's just gloating on it. Yeah.
Well, I think that was the end of the beef.
Whoever gets onto the Super Bowl and tells the other one,
Well, there's a lot of.
pedophile.
I'll tell you, I've watched multiple 30-minute breakdowns of every single one of the Beef songs, and all through
I know
the whole
nothing.
thing.
I know they're not like us.
I was on the ground from the beginning.
Okay.
I was waiting for the songs.
All right.
I was sending songs to Lila as they were coming out.
And she's up on all this too. She knows
yeah, she's like, Dad, I'm at school. Then I'm like, did you see Kendrick just dropped? She's like, no way. I'll talk to you at lunch. And
that's great.
Yeah, so I was way into it. I mean, there was a lot of because Drake is now suing Universal Music Group for actually like putting that song out that accuses him of nefarious things, and
has that ever happened before? Has anyone ever sued?
I don't think so.
A record company for saying bad things about them.
I don't.
But
I don't
then
believe
isn't the onus on him then to prove that it's not true? Like, does this even want to like open up that can of worms? To have
technically, I don't. Here's the problem. There is a very famous video of Drake in his earlier years when he was in his mid-20s, pulling a girl up onto the stage, and like she's dancing and he's like talking to her, whatever, and then he's like, "How old are you?" And she's like 16 or 17 or whatever, and then he says a bunch of like kind of inappropriate things and kisses her.
Oh, I see.
So technically, he's like,
there you go. He's reacting.
I'm not one of these things, and they're like, there's literally a very famous video of you being one of those things. I can. We can make some assumptions, I guess. Yeah. And probably there's a lot of insider information that's like, there's some stuff out there.
Sure, but again, there's the legal case laid out. I was accused of being this thing. Well, here's a video of you being this thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's like, well, but
you can't sing about that in a song. I mean, was Texas going to sue the Misfits for saying Texas was the reason the Kennedy's dead? How many beefs could you have?
They definitely tried to throw artists in jail for saying stuff before. So, but whether one artist has ever sued another artist to, technically he's not suing the artist. He's suing Universal Music Group, which is also his label.
Oh, really? Okay. That sounds like a bad idea.
Or it's underneath the umbrella of the whole thing. And he's suing them because he's saying that they used bots to like make Not Like Us a better, like more hits, which is or whatever.
Hilarious because he's just airing out all the dirty laundry.
Yeah. I'm like, dude, it's like, you never, it's like, what's the art of war. It's like the art of war of like, you never go against your mentor or your leader. Like, unless you want to like die on the sword. Like there's no, you either, if you're going to go against them, you're done with, if you're trying to climb the ladder. And you're like, so that they did that for you for 20 years or 15 years, however long he's been high. And it's like the one time that you're getting knocked off the thing, you're like, well, you're using this thing that you used for me forever. You're like, that's not how this game works, my friend. You made millions off of us lying about everything. You don't just get to try to out everybody and then go like, why doesn't anybody talk to me anymore?
Well, it's almost like one record label that has a beef between two other artists actually profits.
Oh my God.
The argument. They don't care who wins or loses because either way they win.
I can guarantee that there's a lot of executives that got bigger bonuses than either of those guys made this year. just by going, did you get them to fight? How much, what are the numbers on that side? And then they look at the room next to them and they're like, hey, Jerry, what are the numbers on your side? Hey, Bill, what are the numbers on your side? Oh, we win both ways, don't we?
Yeah. Well, exactly. I mean, like the real winner of the Super Bowl is the NFL. Yeah. It's like, it doesn't matter which team won. All the companies bought the ads. All of the seats were paid for. All of the rights were paid. Yeah. Everybody made money.
$8 million for a 30-second ad. Let's go.
Did you see any good ones? I didn't see any good ads.
No, I don't think they. Well, there was one funny one, but none of them stuck with me. I think it's because we watched
it for free on Tubi.
Yeah, so did we.
Yeah, okay. I don't know if we saw.
Yeah, that was nice.
I
thought all this they were gonna make you like have a subscription to something, but
no.
I thought it was fun. I thought there was some fun ads. I think that we are so like we used to not see huge production ads all year until the Super Bowl, like back in the days.
Oh, right.
Like you'd see Coca-Cola would do their 1 or 2 ads for the season, and you'd have like the summer, like the summer Coke ad that would be, like Bears and Penguins or whatever, or the winter one for Bears and Penguins. And you'd see that same ad for like 6 months. And now we see so much stuff on the internet and so much good, like kind of funny content or whatever, that I think you watch one of those ads and you go, they must have spent $5 million just producing this ad. And then they spent $8 million getting it on the Super Bowl. And it was
does it even
middle
have as
of
many
the road.
hits as like a big TikTok video happening right
or
now?
like a podcast or something. And it's like, oh, okay, I don't know. All right, I don't know. There's some stuff falling out of the sky, and there's some alien. I feel like there was a lot of aliens. There was like an alien that was eating Totino pizza rolls, I think.
Oh, okay, yeah, that was.
And
good.
then there was
Tim Robinson.
Yeah, it was that when the alien gets smashed in the thing. Like, there was that one, but I don't want to see an alien die. I don't want
to see Totino's
really sad.
Pizza rolls.
There was a really sad
it's
thing.
Disgusting. It's so gross.
And it was the parents were just like, well, we didn't really know him. He didn't really open up to us, and these things happen. And I'm like, this is dark, you guys. I don't know if this is a living being you're talking about here. And
I think it worked. If we're talking about it, must have.
I'm definitely. Job. I mean, I'm never buying Totino's pizza rolls. That's for sure. That's horrible. Alien death. I'm not into it at all.
I'm not buying Tostitos chips just because I forgot which product it was.
Yeah.
I thought it was
Tostinos.
I'm not watching Tony Danza content anymore. It's just too much.
I'm not eating toast. It's just nothing.
I just can't do it. I'm done.
There was another alien one too, though, where aliens were like making some soft drinks or something. I don't know. A lot of aliens. There's a lot of aliens out.
I forgot all of it as it was happening.
I did notice that almost every commercial had celebrities, and that like there was a big one with there was the pickleball, and it was who played Green Goblin?
William Dafoe.
It was William Dafoe and the woman from I don't remember her name. She's a comedian. And they were like, it was like a beer commercial, and they were like destroying people at pickleball for their
Amy Schumer
6-pack.
No, something different.
No, she was in I can't remember any of the movies. Who's the guy that did who was in Spinal Tap, and then he ended up making all the funny movies?
Christopher Guest.
Okay, she's always the older mom.
Catherine O'Hara?
Yes, Catherine
O'Hara.
Okay, this is a good game show.
I could do this.
This is a good game show.
Okay, all right.
This is the guy who can think of possibly close things of movies, and then we try to get Randy to give me the exact person's name.
This was the job I had working at video stores.
So it was William Dafoe and Catherine O'Hara.
Green Goblin and
by the way, there's if anyone's listening, yeah. They're like, it's Catherine O'Hara. Randy, it's Catherine O'Hara. Come on. How do you not know?
We could have our own game show.
Like, oh, you knew it. Okay.
This is a weekly subject. Like, okay.
Yeah.
My favorite one that I got, I think when I was working at Amoeba in the movie area was, that like classic movie, like the really old one. And I was like, oh, like Casablanca or, The Wizard of Oz. Like, no. It's like from like back in the day. And they're like, I was like, Friday? Yeah, that's the one. I was like, oh, nice. Yeah, classic. Old one. We're from, from back in the day. I was like, oh, back in the day gave it away. Yes, it's Friday. I had another good one. It was like, there was a movie about a plane in World War II. It was Memphis Belle.
Wow.
Memphis Belle. I was like, oh, I got that one. I'm not good at I can't do I tried doing a full movie trivia thing with like real movie nerds and got smoked. I was not good at it.
Dang.
But I can do.
Do you feel like that's something that you would be
culture.
into to study for? You'd be like, you know what? I could be the movie trivia guy. I need some.
Ooh, yes. If someone was paying me to do that, if that was a job to become really good at watching movies, I could do this.
Like, I feel like there would be almost like a 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon type study scenario with movies. Like that you'd be like, oh, wait a sec. Okay, if I learn about this genre, like there's only a certain amount of people in that genre. And if I learn that little section of people and I learn this little section of people, that it would actually bring this whole, you'd start to like make all these connections of like, oh, wait, I don't have to remember so much. I just have to remember how many people were in movies with Samuel L. Jackson. And then I can like put the pieces together from there.
Oh, I see Samuel L. Jackson. He was great. That's part of the Kendrick Lamar halftime. That was
halftime
intense.
show was so good. Yeah. I loved it. And like the having the people come out and then making the American flag and he's in the middle of it and then it parts away and then Serena Williams
his boot flared jeans.
I thought that was the weird part. I'll be honest.
Wait, Serena Williams? I didn't see Serena Williams.
I think so. She was like dancing at the end. She was on stage, I think.
I didn't see her. Anyway, it was good. I thought it was good.
I thought it was great. I thought it was like so good. All of his design, like he has this like him and his whole team of people. It's called PG Lang. And they do all that stuff. And that I'm kind of surprised like Brian Rodinger isn't a part of that in some way.
I wonder, he did the Rihanna one.
Okay. I feel like he's like one step away from those dudes.
I think it's all partway through Willow. I think Willow Perone did a lot of the live hip hop thing, like the Travis Scott thing where he rode a car around the thing. I think that was Willow's part of his the design team did that.
Okay. Yeah.
I should have Brian on. I'm thinking of having like a graphic designer month or something.
That would be a good one. I got a couple of good like kind of creative director, graphic design people.
It could be kind of fun, right? Yeah. Maybe I'll say I have one in the can right now, Jeremy Dean, and I want to put it out, but I'm also thinking like it would be kind of fun to do a whole graphic design.
Yeah.
Look at things.
I think so for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I think that his design's so good. I think the way that he speaks about culture, I think the way that he speaks about Black culture and being from Compton, but also like using these like such slick design, like everything's perfect all the time. And but then also talking about this like gritty gang life, like very LA centric, very specific stuff and having people out there like crumping and like just very LA-ness. Mm-hmm. And then also having this really clean, slick design to bring all that stuff forward it always works. Like his stuff works every single time and it's flawless, I think. And even this one was like, cause he came out with Dr. Dre 2 years ago and had his like little portion of Dr. Dre, like, and even at the Grammys, a couple of years ago, I think at the Grammys, like hit like really big production stuff. And this one seemed it was so simple. Like it was so clean and just like really visual and to the point. I thought was amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. It was exciting. That was
and you know what it didn't have? You know what? I feel like those things always have I always felt like it was weird when artists got so big that they had like the 20-second outro to the song that always went bam, dan, 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 dan,
and all the fireworks went off.
Bam, bam, like extra guitar hits and like they were pointing at fireballs and like pointing up and down and and it just went forever and then it would go bam. And I was like, what do you have? What point in your career do you get to? Because they all did it.
A giant 20-second outro.
Yeah, that they have the 20-second outro of like all of the craziness, and then like, and it's going to end with a fireball. I just love that he didn't do that.
Yeah.
He didn't need to do that.
Have you ever seen Paul McCartney play Live and Let Die live?
No.
It's all that.
Did you
Live
see
and
him
let
when he
die.
Did you see him when he played at Dodger Stadium?
No.
Have you seen any of those shows?
Oh.
I'm bummed that I remember living right next to Dodger Stadium and seeing the billboards right there at like whatever, right at the 5 there and the 2. Mm-hmm. And it was the Paul McCartney, and I'm like, oh, I gotta go see Paul McCartney. And then that was like 10 years ago.
Oh God.
And now I'm like, oh, I missed, he was playing right next door.
Yeah. He played Coachella the year that we played Coachella, and that was fun.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then I saw him at Old Cella, the 3-day weekend where it was like
Bob Dylan,
Neil Young opening for him. Yeah. And Bob Dylan,
how was that?
Stones, and then the Who and Roger Waters. It was great. It was super fun.
That's awesome.
I feel like everybody would be dead, by now. But they're all still there. They're all still going to kind of have that sense of like, we better do this now because you just don't know.
Yeah, we got to cash in the chips.
Yeah.
Like Oasis.
Timothy Chalamet is going to play next.
My new guy is Neil Young. Neil Young is like, no, you're not. No, you're not.
I know. Well, we were talking about beefs. I was trying to think of other beefs, and I feel like Neil Young and Leonard Skinner. They had a more famous beef of Southern Man and Sweet Home Alabama.
Ooh, that actually might be one like the most famous beef song, huh?
Right?
Yeah, even though it's just one line, and neither one of them are accusing each other of various crimes, but they're not talking about their moms and wives and stuff.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
they're just talking about the North and the South.
Southern Man don't need you around.
Yeah, and they're like, go back to Canada, my friend.
That's pretty good. And then Paul McCartney and John Lennon, I feel like, had diss tracks. The Beatles beef, without really calling the other one out. That's just sort of like Oasis or something. It's like brothers kind of fighting. It never felt as vicious.
Speaking of Oasis, are you going to any of the Oasis shows?
I have no tickets for that. I saw them twice when they were still a band.
I feel like that's probably all you need to see.
It was great. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
I don't think I need a big reunion kerfuffle or hoo-ha.
Well, I don't know.
I saw them at the Universal Amphitheater on, I don't even know what record that was, probably the end of the 90s. And then right at the beginning of the 2000s.
Oh, wow.
I saw them at the Hard Rock Casino in Vegas. They had a tour with the Black Crowes. It was called the Brotherly Love Tour. It was Black Crowes opening for Oasis in Vegas. And it was like 2000.
How big is that?
Not very big.
That's what I was going to say.
Pretty small. That's even like the Oasis.
Even the Universal.
Yeah, that wasn't
Universal
that big.
Amphitheater is pretty small.
Yeah, it's kind of like that YouTube theater that we saw the Flaming Lips in.
Yeah, it's going to be like 5,000 people.
Something like that. Yeah, it was great. It was fun. I saw Blur at the Palladium. That was great. That was better.
I feel like Blur.
Was better than Oasis. I like Blur.
Oh my God! Shots fired, Randy. Shots fired.
No.
Blur versus Oasis. You're bringing this beef up?
Yeah, man.
That's a good beef, actually. But they didn't really write. Did they write songs about each other, or they just?
I don't think so.
Talked horrible about each other in the press.
I think it was more just that. But I think Oasis kind of won with like record sales. But I do think Blur was.
Oh, they beat everybody with record sales. Like those records were. There were 2 documentaries that came out at the same time about Oasis, maybe 10 years ago or something.
Oh no, really? I haven't seen them.
They were great. And I never really was an Oasis fan. I mean, it's one of those things where like, of course, those are the catchiest songs in the world. And I hear them come on. I'm like, oh, this is a great song. But I never understood the people that were such super fans. I never understood it. And then when I watched one of those documentaries, and it was all these kind of rock critics explaining why Oasis was different, and just the songwriting of like, no, when they play, the sound is up to 10 and it just stays at 10 for the whole song. And then it's like done. And they were showing they're actually showing just the buzz of the guitars. And but it wasn't shoegaze. It was like pop music, but it was like shoegaze guitars kind of. and they were showing that. But then the other thing, someone was like, it's just slowed down Sex Pistols. And then you hear his voice and that kind of whiny kind of, and wow. And then they sped it up. And like, oh my God, it's just sex. It's like Johnny Rotten. But like, if you took it half speed, that's Johnny Rotten. And then he's like, and then, you know, he just always had one-liners. It was always funny. He always had the mean kind of funny, dumb, but funny thing to say. But it was like more extreme. It was like the Bob Dylan thing. But like if you took that to like the extreme.
Yeah.
Like
I like the Liam personality show almost better than the music. I think at the time, like that was the big kind of attraction.
Oh, yeah.
But no, I mean, that's, you know, those first like 3 records, you know, have some, you know, indelible classic songs. And there's still like a handful of stuff. I'll go back to even the way they're recorded. You know, I don't know whatever this was, you know, 3-4 years ago when I was working on the house, put on, you know, What's the Story, Morning Glory. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, yes.
It's good.
Yes, this guitar sounds good. This solo sounds great. Like, they're just really well done. Just these, you know, kind of things which almost belies their cockiness. I think because the songs themselves are relatively disarming, and it's just if it was, you know, made by some kind of meeker, you know, sort of quieter band, you're like, these are great songs. Like, wow, you guys should really be proud of yourselves. But then when you see all the bravado and all the like, then you're like, that kind of outshines the songwriter. Like, it's not that worthy of that kind of thing.
They're like, oh, we're proud of ourselves already.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're real proud of ourselves. Yeah. But what I didn't realize also in the documentary is how they went from zero, like they weren't even a band before. Like they didn't have they weren't building up a following. They just were this little nothing band. And then they made this first record and they became a stadium band in like 6 months.
Yeah. When they were on Creation as well, that My Bloody Valentine label, you know, and so they were on the same record label. And then it was like the story at the time was that, you know, like Loveless, like bankrupted Creation. And then whatever the first Oasis record was, like, you know, made them just billionaires, and it all worked out fine for whatever Creation record owner.
Wow.
But
all right,
yeah. But I don't know. I think they're great. And then even Andy Bell from Ride, after the first lineup changed when they kicked out Bonehead and the other guys, then they had Andy Bell from Ride came on as the guitar player from Ride, became the bass player. And that's who it was when I saw them. I was even like, oh, that's cool. Like Ride, you know, like kind of shoegazy sort of band with their own respected catalog.
Oh, I love that.
They went in and played. But yeah, I don't know, man. But yeah, they're definitely great. But this has, I feel like we should probably around minute 45 get into
speaking of music.
Last week's guest, Haunted Horses. It was hard.
I listened to some of those songs, man.
They're great.
Woo.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, I favorited, folled.
Oh, good.
Followed.
Good.
Yeah.
No, I was really so good.
Awesome.
JP from the Locust and from Colton Culture pitched them as a guest idea. I was like, fuck yeah, I listened to it. And he put out his record label 31G put out their record. So I think, you know, I was like, this is awesome.
Yeah. I mean, especially when they were talking. I mean, I love the gear talk or the I mean that you guys actually went gear. Yeah. You guys went past gear talk though to like you were talking about hertz of like
how
like sizes of bass strings so you could get down to an A, to A tuning, and like then if you're gonna do that you have to have the 15-inch speakers like because you have to be able to handle the like everything, and I love that. I love that talk.
Information.
Yeah, because even when they were kind of talking about either recording or trying to get the correct frequencies, like when you're dealing with frequencies that are that low and crazy, then trying to get other frequencies that will actually like make their way through so you can hear them as well. And you're not just like...
It becomes a physics problem. Yeah, you're not just shitting your pants.
I love that because I would never think about that. And then when they're talking about like trying to set up some of those songs and with the samples and trying to figure out where the correct frequencies are. So I'm like, this is like science music. I love it.
But really dark and kind of, and obviously emotive, and, you know, you could feel what they're doing.
Yeah. Well, and I didn't even get into, did you guys really get into like the vocals or anything, or was it mostly,
in terms of how he records? Yeah.
I mean, just the vocals were very, I listened to most of it and I'm like, okay, I've got to go listen to the song. and songs. And then I started listening, and then there were vocals. And I was like, oh, I was kind of thinking the way that you guys were talking about it, that this was going to be like a just super heavy instrumental band.
Oh, right.
But the vocals were amazing.
I'm always so bad, I think, at recognizing vocals. Or, I mean, I know they're there, but I don't think I ever know how to talk about it because I've never really had to like do that part of it.
Do that? Except for in Rat Fist.
Exactly, yeah. Then that output speaks for itself. But yeah, no, I mean, it's great. I thought this sounded good.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I guess I have a harder time kind of asking even questions about it. I don't even know how you talked about vocals. It's like,
no,
I mean, I just, cool. So it sounds good.
Sounds good.
Yeah, cool.
No, but it was, it was awesome. I mean, and it also was very timeless sounding. It was like very heavy. And then, but it sounded kind of like
goth,
2000s-y, but then the next one, would sound very industrial heavy and have some samples and really low frequencies and bass hits and stuff. And I don't know. That sounded amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I was stoked. It's one of those things. Yeah. I'm always happy to get, pitched, guests and bands, especially because Lord knows, bands need as much support as they can, whatever you can do to help, a band putting out a new record. So I'm always happy to get pitched new stuff. You can always write us at hyphenatehalftime@gmail.com, just like our good friends in Scared Toaster did.
Yeah.
Big shout outs to
Ryder,
to Hugh and Sonny.
Favorite band name.
Favorite new band name, Scared Little Toaster.
Yeah. He was like, no one at my school would ever be smart enough to come up with a name like that. I think that actually is high praise from an 11-year-old.
Yeah. We got to clip that as a sample or as a quote for the next record.
Yeah. The weekly band.
Ryder Randall says no one in my school would ever think of that as a band name.
It's amazing.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool, man. All right. Well, be well this week. We got more fun stuff coming up. Where are we at? We're in February. You have a birthday coming up.
You have a birthday coming up.
Yeah, I sure.
The week after my birthday.
Do. Yeah. And I realized too that Mike Sabalik had a birthday. Mike, the bass player, his birthday is today, the 10th.
Oh, amazing.
From Rat Fist. Yeah, I think Rat Fist was almost all made up of February birthdays. Oh, and then even the drummer Noel Paris, who came in after Sean.
February also? He
was February 10th. Him and Speargun have the same birthday, February 10th, but they're 10 years apart.
Wow.
And then you were February 14th. I'm February 21st.
And my brother's birthday. Yeah, and my brother's birthday is February 7th.
Okay.
Our old next door neighbor, Matt Hall, when we were growing up, was February 21st.
What?
Also.
See, it all makes sense.
Yeah, because my brother's was the 7th, mine was the 14th, and his was the 21st.
Intervals of sevens.
Yeah.
Integers.
777.
Yeah. No, my mom's is the 25th.
Okay.
I'm sure there's somebody who knows about water signs and stars and crystals and dust.
Well, so I'm, I think, right at the end of Aquarius. What are you?
I think I'm a Pisces. Okay. So even though we're not the same sign, but it's like.
We're right there, though.
Yeah.
We're close enough. Aquarius and Pisces are, we're fine. We're fine with most things.
Yeah.
Kind of just we get along. We go along with stuff.
Yeah. And I figured out there was another one too. My wife's birthday.
But we judge everybody.
At the end of October. And I did some math of like, oh, wait a second. Like I dated this other girl and then I had this other girl who was a friend who, we were hung out for a long time. Like the end of October. That's another sign.
The birthdays?
That seemed to go. Yeah. Like the February birthdays and the end of October birthdays. I don't know.
Oh, nice.
That kind of lined up for me.
Yeah, Michelle and I are almost exactly 6 months apart.
Maybe that's what's hers?
She's in August.
Okay.
Yeah, she's a Leo.
There you go.
Yeah, we're on the opposite spectrum. You know what that means? Neither do I.
Like Paul Abdul, opposites attract.
Yes, that's the first video that we ever watched together, and we were like, you know what?
That's what all the cool
we should
kids
get
are
married
saying.
Someday.
Hey, I think this works. This is going to work out.
Years from now, we should get married.
Yeah. This is the 20th year anniversary of when I met my wife. I met her in 2005. And that was 20 years ago now.
Wait, do you know what day?
whatever
met on?
that show.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, maybe
Is
do you have
that
a
show?
flyer for that
We
show?
gotta look it up.
That you played with
At the
your band and her
6th Street-
band opened
6th
up for
Street
Big
Warehouse.
Business.
Big Business, 6th Street Warehouse. I bet
She puts
I bet
it
you could-
somewhere in that June time, maybe May, June,
Okay.
kind of end of there. I know that's a funny one
Warehouse.
to know. Yeah,
Big
the day you met,
Business.
like if you could look up the flyer.
I feel like that's something that there was not a.
There probably wasn't a flyer for you, right? Yeah. But I wonder if we could, I mean, for one of our anniversaries, maybe for like our 15-year anniversary, we could just recreate that show. If we could have
All right.
Saber-Tooth Tiger, Erebus Nixon Sticks open for Big Business in the middle of a skate ramp. Maybe
I
not
feel
at
like
that,
that
maybe
could
not
happen.
that warehouse, but
I wish we still had our skate ramp in our backyard. We had a little mini ramp.
yeah,
We do like a little acoustic version of that show.
that'd be fun.
Backyard.
Unplugged. Yeah.
Come up to Lake Arrowhead and play in the neighborhood.
I wonder who's in that warehouse. What are they doing there now? Downtown.
Oh, it's probably it's probably someone bought it and made it into a huge condo complex and they're making millions of dollars.
That's probably right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we could do it at the Smell. Maybe that'd be just as close. We
All
could
right.
paint a background of a skate ramp behind it.
I'll give you have to give me a couple months to get the guys to.
Get the
The
band
last
together,
time we
yeah.
played, you came to the
Oh
last show. We played
yeah, it was great at the
at
Echo. Yeah,
That was fun.
I know.
We
Well, I think
opened up
Shannon's
for Manny's band.
right. Yeah, Chavez Ravine.
Chavez
I think
Ravine.
yeah, Shannon's old band. I mean, one of them lives in Portland, I think, if he's still alive, and the other one lives in Hamburg.
Okay.
So it would take a little bit of
Should
doing
we
on
fly
that side
some
too.
people in?
Yeah.
We'll see if we can get some people to donate some points, some mileage, some miles.
Yeah, they could practice here at the house, work on it. I'm sure that's exactly what Shannon wants to do for their anniversary is play a
I'm
show
sure.
with the band.
She's like,
We-
what
we still have
did
a
you
lot of-
say? She's
We have
like,
a lot of
Randy,
their
you're
7
the one
inches.
that.
We could still sell some of the 7 inches.
Oh, I have a bunch of LPs.
Perfect. There we go. Yeah.
We could do this.
This
The
is
problem with I'm like Saber-Tooth Tiger shows. I'm like, oh, you can't search Saber-Tooth Tiger on the internet and find our band. There's a lot of things.
It's La Brea Tar Pits.
La Brea Tar Pits, this Saber-Tooth Tiger. There's Sean Lennon, I think, had the band that was called Ghost of a Saber-Tooth Tiger.
Oh no.
There's a Jamaican artist named Saber-Tooth Tiger.
Okay. There's a
becomes
lot.
hard to
Yeah.
find.
It's hard.
Yeah.
I wonder if we could find out, like, don't they have like lists of shows people played?
Probably. I mean, I guess if you probably did
2005
Big
is just
Business.
so early.
Yeah. I wonder if also searching Big Business.
Right.
also
Yeah.
is
That's a hard
tough one.
SEO too there.
Yeah.
There we go. Well, let's see. The band released its first tour EP and their vinyl version of their album Head for the Shallows on January 25th, 2005. So the first
Okay.
release was January 2005 on
Okay,
Wantage.
so it's got to be after that.
The brother of yeah. Let's see. Okay, CD version of Head for the Shallows was re-released by Hydra Heads, the first of a 3-album run. 2006, after relocating to Los Angeles, Jared and Cody both became members of the Melvins. So this was before they were part of the Melvins.
But it was right around
So-
the right that time, because I feel like I also saw Big Business and the Melvins. I feel like I saw Big Business open for the Melvins at the 6th Street Warehouse.
Okay,
But Cody, they both
that was
played,
after. That
and
was
then the Melvins just came and like set up the rest of their stuff and played another set. But that would have
Alright.
been after, probably.
I'll have to have
Who knows?
I should
We'll
have
look into
Jared and Cody separately on to interview for the
Oh yeah.
for the podcast. Maybe they would.
You should.
maybe
You
they
could
would
have
remember.
you could do like drummer month. You could do bass
This is great.
month, bass player month,
Bass month,
bassist
drummer month.
You got to
Yeah.
get you get some. There's some good ones out there. Drummers
Oh.
and bassists.
Yeah, drums and bass.
D&B.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, have a good week this week. I don't know who's coming up on Thursday. I gotta think of somebody if I'm not holding them over for another month.
Thursday the
I have some
13th.
good ones. Thursday the 13th. Yeah, the day before before
Before Friday.
Halloween. What do you call that?
Yeah, Halloween's Time Day.
Oh, Valentine's. Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
Valentine's Day.
Oh, I know.
We're supposed to get a little bit of snow on Valentine's Day, I think,
Yeah.
for my birthday. It's my 50th.
What? Oh my God!
Yeah.
50th birthday. What are you doing? That's the one you're supposed to do something crazy for, right?
We're planning something. You'll probably get an email.
Oh, fun. Okay.
But you will definitely get no.
Okay.
It will be after something.
Okay.
You'll definitely get an email, but it will be it will be after my birthday.
Fun. All right, well, I'm there.
We were late to plan.
Count me in. That's the way it works. Yeah.
Awesome. I mean, hey man, I'm 50 now. I don't have to be on time.
You don't have to be in a rush for anything anymore.
Yeah, the world needs to wait for me a little bit now. I'm a little slower than normal.
Slow. That's the shirt.
Yeah, slower than normal.
Slower than normal. That's a good band name. Slower
Ooh,
than normal.
That is a good one.
There, it's going.
And it obviously has to have a sloth on it.
Slower than normal. Oh, that was the sloth commercial for Coors.
Oh, that one was good actually.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right,
I do like how Bud Light, who had the big controversy last year for being too woke or whatever, now is has the dudes in the back shooting Bud Light cans over their house from a barbecue lawnmower, and it's Post Malone, and it just oh my God. I do have to say I'm glad I'm out of the advertising world. Although I only had a big toe in there. Maybe at times I had half of a leg in the advertising world. But those are the reasons that
there's no winning in that world. It's only losers.
It definitely had its fun moments, and there was good money when you could find it. But there are not very many memorable there were a couple of things. There were a couple of really memorable, really
general,
great shoots and shooting for some companies that were doing really great things. But for most of it, there's a lot of in between. Yeah, a lot of in between. Yeah. So watching a lot of those ads, I think I also feel like that. I'm I don't know why they're still doing these. I don't know. It seems like someone's a lot of these people are trying to figure out how to keep their jobs.
Of course, that's number one.
And convincing these companies that if you just spend $45 million on this, trust me, people are going to buy your beer.
So if you're not advertising on podcasts, are you even really advertising? Yeah. Come on.
That's the advertising that really makes a difference, Randy.
Podcast advertising.
The podcast advertising is all 100% true, and it's made by people who have a lot of conviction.
I'll be out of here. Yes, yeah. It's only podcasting that matters.
Yes,
only advertising on Hyphenate with Randy Randall. Yes, all other ads 100%. Superfluous.
Reach your customers here.
Yeah,
all of them.
All right, man. All right, yeah. I will see you. I'll see you next week. And here with the song, another song to play us out.
Oh yeah,
is Scared Little Toaster. This is their newest track, VIBRA. It's out now. You can go listen to them on SoundCloud, and you can find them on Instagram, Scared Little Toaster. You can also find them on TikTok. And thank you, Hugh and Sunny, for sending me the song. And if you have a song you'd like me to play or a band you'd like me to hear, you could email us at hyphenatehalftime@gmail.com. That's hyphenatehalftime@gmail.com. Follow Aaron Farley at Aaron Farley on Instagram. You can follow me at Randy S. Randall on the Instagrams for now until the next disaster happens, and we'll go somewhere else.
We'll still be here.
That's it. All right. Have a good one.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.